Happy Labor Day! The first Labor Day was way back in 1882, when a lot of jobs involved more physical activity than today. One can only imagine what Labor Day in the year 2162 will look like, but likely there will be an army of robots doing all the important jobs, such as preparing our snacks, feeding them to us, and asking, beep boop boop! You tried that. I'm Nick with our pal Shane Hancock.
Take me to your leader. Wait, why would a robot say that? Never mind. Hi. I got robots and aliens confused.
We are 30 seconds in. You already fucked up. Well, how about this? Does not compute.
There you go.
That's a robot term, right?
Yeah, robots don't compute.
They don't compute at all.
This anal probe does not compute. That's what the robot alien says.
All right, so I was headed to the grocery store and pull in. I picked a spot, for kind of far towards the back. 'Cause it was a nice day. I thought get a few steps in.
Good job.
What?
Thanks.
You parked farther away to get 10 extra steps into the door? You just didn't want to make a difficult parking
I think we talked
job.
about this before. I just generally don't take the close spots because I feel like I don't need them. Like
Right.
there will be some point in my life when I will need them, and now is not it.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Okay. Geiger's not.
That's fine. I just pull in and whatever's around.
Geiger pulls straight to those spots conveniently at the front that have the blue hashes all over them. It's like, oh, that's perfect for me.
I go to the ones with the big robots with the wheels on the bottom. That's
Yeah.
it didn't compute with me.
Take me to your doorstep. And so I'm in line buying my groceries. I go to the self checkout. For one, do you guys prefer the self checkout to? Because a lot of places have like some you can wait for the employees and some self. I tend to go self.
Well, it depends. If I have a very few amount of things, I will. But my problem is, at least the Jewel by me, the self-check thing, constantly fucks up. Like if you'll scan it, and if it thinks you put it in your cart by like your body motion, it'll like lock down and make the lady come over. It's a pain in the ass. So if I have a big order, I'll just go through a human line.
Yeah, sometimes they have it where it's like it's expecting you to put it in a bag or at least in the bagging area.
Yeah.
Which is obnoxious. Yeah, so for me it is totally like, how much shit do I have? If it's like just a couple things, fine. But if I've got like a full thing of groceries, then I'm making a fucking worker do it. Like earn your money. I'm just kidding.
So I check out, I bag the groceries, and so I have now checked out on the opposite side of the grocery store than I parked. Right. Okay. So I have to.
Well, if you parked on the other side, you'd be at your car by now.
Yeah.
Right. And so now what I have to do is like, it's a pretty big store. I've got to walk the length of the checkout machines.
Right, you just pretend you're handicapped and ask someone to move your car.
Yes. No. I'm like, well, here's Geiger's car.
Hey, you need a ride? I'm just hanging out outside. I'm like double parked with my blinkers on right in front of the door.
All these handicapped people honking at you.
You're parked sideways across two handicap spots.
With a motorcycle.
So as I'm taking my stuff, another guy from another register walks out like 2 steps in front of me.
Yeah.
And he's also walking the same direction as me. So we're walking and we have a good length of time to walk. Mm-hmm. And I'm like pretty close behind him to the point where I see him like kind of look peripheral and see me. And so then I think, well, maybe I'll, back up a step or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He
Stop and pretend to look at the like water bottles on the side of the thing as you exit. Yeah.
He might have like felt my erection or something in his back. I don't know what it was. But...
You were that close, huh?
my 5 o'clock shadow scruff against the back of his neck.
Hot breath down his shirt.
He thought it was weird when we started reading his receipt from behind. Just like looking to his back.
It's a pretty long walk, and I'm just like still behind him, and he's kind of like glancing behind him regularly, and I'm like, I also like am leaving the store, So we both.
Were you wearing a ski mask or no? That might
We
not
both
have helped.
walk out the same exit,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, goes the exact direction of my car towards the parking lot. So what
Nice.
choice
He's
do
gonna
I
steal your car.
have?
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta follow this guy. As I mentioned, I parked far away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So he's like weaving between rows. And I think he's taking a pretty good path, so why don't I weave the same rows that he's
Wait, so
doing?
you okay, hold on. So you weaved around cars in the exact same path he did?
Well, I'm thinking he's gonna stop at one of these rows, right? Like this is gonna be his car.
Mm-hmm.
But you also know you're
But-
making him uncomfortable.
But then you'll be stuck behind him.
Yeah.
If he stops at a car, or is that the goal because he had such like a hot ass and you just wanted to like follow the ass, follow that ass like that?
I just yes, I was following
that's
that ass. And so he keeps walking, and so he's now looking behind him, and now it starts to feel like maybe I am following this guy. Like he's going pretty far.
Maybe I am following dead ass. Yeah, I think so.
And I'm like, you know what? You're gonna be this suspicious? I'll fucking follow you. That's what you get. And so it is a long walk, and he ends up being like the car next to mine. He's got to be like thinking I'm gonna kill him at this point because I've been following him for like multiple minutes at this point. So anyway, I hopped in his car. Slit his throat.
You didn't want to kill him. He just had the last gallon of milk, and you wanted it, so that's what it was, right?
Yes.
The last gallon of milk. Run on
country.
So did you say anything to him? Like, hell, hey, nice car.
Looks like we're going the same way.
That sounds like a Curb Your Enthusiasm show or something.
Yeah.
Like I that's definitely. I think for me, I'm impatient, so I would have just walked faster than. Like, was he walking at a pretty good clip? Could you have overtaken him without making it seem like you were running?
I speed up. If I speed up, he's going to speed up.
No, but you take a wider berth. You don't like speed up and run him in a straight line like you're chasing him. You just go like.
So I'm taking a longer route, but still passing him. So that are you just you just start sprinting like a curl route around him?
All right, let's get this straight. He's here, right? You're behind him. You just go.
We're both heading to the
next
same
to him and walks like there wasn't enough room for two people to pass by.
No.
All right, no, I stand corrected. I don't know if I mentioned this on podcast before, but I noticed like sometimes when I would be working late and I'd come home on a train, it would be dark and I'd have to go into the parking garage to get my car, and it was like dark in there. Sometimes I would have that where someone was behind me and I just felt like a little like I could feel like my like balling a fist up in my pocket. But then I also was cognizant of it, like I would be following a lady into a dark parking garage and realizing like, oh, she's probably kind of nervous about this. So I would like find a reason to like, I'd take another stairwell or I'd stop.
Take a different stairwell and then appear in front of her.
So I could beat her to her car. No, but I would like find a reason to stop or like pretend to tie my shoe just so she could get like some distance and not be like freaked out by some dude at like 10:30 at night following her.
I actually I kind of did this today in the car where like I was like driving. I had just dropped my daughter off at preschool and I was driving home, and somebody like just straight up blew the stop sign. Like didn't even slow down or anything. Going so it's a T intersection. I'm going to be turning right. I come to the dead end and I'm going to turn right. Somebody's coming from the left. They just blow the stop sign completely. So I like honk at them as they're going by, as one does. But then I turn right and now I'm behind them. So we go like 2 blocks and they turn left on the same road I'm supposed to turn on. Then the next one, they turn right on the next where I'm supposed to turn. So now this person for sure thinks that I'm like some road rage person, like following them because they blew the stop sign or whatever and all pissed off. But like, no, I'm like actually just going home. And finally they just like pulled over to the side of the road. And then like I drove past and like, continued home after I took their milk. And then that was that. But I was like, felt bad because I was like, all right, I wasn't like honking at him angry. I was just like, hey, you watch out for the fucking stop sign, you dipshit. But then now they think I'm like chasing them down.
Pull up alongside him. Give me your fucking milk.
Exactly.
That's the last goddamn milk on earth.
All right, let's get started on these snacks here. We got 3 snacks, rate them on a 5-point scale. I love dat, like dat, indifferent to dat, dislike dat, and hate dat. And let's start with the love corn. And the love corn says on front, hello, we're a delicious gluten-free vegan premium crunchy corn. And P.S., we're crunchy.
And then at the very top, PPS, here's where you tear the bag or something like that.
So then on the back, it does go into say that is just 3 simple ingredients: the corn, the sunflower oil, and of course, the sea salt.
But you got to read the thing above. Hello, you look like you enjoy the simple things in life. Well, we're decked out in the most delicious sea salt, and we're feeling classically cool. Let's be honest, sometimes less is more. Love, corn.
I think they're doing more is more on the package. That's an awful lot of... I like it. It tells you how to eat it, too. You can eat on the go, and they show a backpack with a beverage, and they show a can of like soda. That makes it super healthy. And a crunchy topper to what I would imagine is some sort of salad, maybe some ice cream. Probably not. These are basically corn nuts, right? I mean, this is...
Yeah, they are, about the size of like a bigger cooked piece of corn and just purely crunchy. Yeah, basically it is a corn nut.
Super crunchy.
And I don't know if they make other flavors of these, but these are...
I think they do.
Original.
I think I've had these before.
I've definitely had other flavors of it for sure. I don't know if I've had sea salt before.
Oh, Geiger, you're up first. What do you think of love corn? Actually, I believe it's love corn because they do put a comma in between the words.
This is good. I like corn nuts. Spoiler alert. They're actually one of my sneaky favorite gas station foods if you're on a road trip because they come in that little cylinder. You can just shake a bunch in your mouth. They're crunchy. They're salty. But corn nuts kind of tend to be, probably because there's a bunch of shit on them, they're almost harder and chewier sometimes. And they feel staler. These taste really fresh for some reason to me. They're they really are crunchy and they don't feel like there's a bunch of junk clogging on top of them. They're appropriately salty. I like a good salty snack. I feel like I could eat this whole thing and it wouldn't be weighing my gut down. These are really good. This is a really, really high level like that for me. I almost went love. This is like a perfect snack for me.
Why didn't you go love?
You know what? Fuck it. I will. I love these.
Whoa.
Love corn. I know it sounds like a really basic bitch snack to love, but they're just tasty and easy to eat, and I'm in love.
Well, you're a basic bitch, so
yeah.
Perfect. Chad?
Well, I've been saying you should go. You should go love more. I feel like you don't go love enough.
It's true.
You're too hard to
kind
please.
of in the middle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm also not that hard to please. Is the problem? I'll eat almost anything. So
you're easy to please, but hard to finish. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah.
I think these are good. The whole time I'm eating them, I'm like, I would rather just be eating Fritos, honestly, because it has a very Frito-like flavor, but not as good as Fritos. They do get stuck in your teeth a little bit, but they do have a good flavor. It is a good flavor. There's a nice amount of salt, not too salty, really good crunch. But I don't know if I'd rush out to buy these again. These are kind of like a low to mid-level like that for me.
Okay. They're much better than I thought before I opened this bag. The salt is nicely applied. Say that. That's the right good amount.
It's got 3 ingredients. You got to compliment one of them. The corn is appropriately grown.
It does taste good. It's a good snack. I think that maybe there's a slightly better version of these. I don't know what the other flavors are. Mm-hmm. It's something with just a little more seasoning to it. But as it is, it's still pretty good. I'm going to match Chad's answer with a like that. A like, 2 likes and a love. A very strong score. I was not expecting that from the love corn. Next, let's go to the now and laters. That's out of the way. Now and later morphs. So the morphs, as opposed to the original now and later, have multiple flavors mixed in it, which does not really match the word morph.
It's that sounds like it should have been an innovation they came up with 30 years ago. We got all these distinct flavors. Let's just smush 2 together and sell it again.
Well, because it says the flavor changes, so the purple one starts as grape and then becomes Watermelon, supposedly.
Do you remember the character morph they created for the X-Men animated TV show?
Nope.
That is
All
the
right,
most
so these candies.
niche reference I've ever. What?
Someone out there remembers that. Anyway, we're gonna try them all.
Oh my god!
There's a cherry mango, a blue raspberry lemon, a grape watermelon, and a lemon lime strawberry.
Do you remember the character Morpheus that they created for that movie X-Men? Matrix.
Whoops.
How'd I say X-Men?
Morpheus was in the X-Men. I remember they had those characters, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, that were also villains. I think they were villains of the X-Men when they fought Magneto.
Remember that old sitcom Morphy Brown? So now and laters are historically much harder to chew than like a Starburst.
I used to have a big crush on the Pink Power Ranger when I was a kid.
Yeah?
Amy Jo Johnson. That's the actress's name.
I never watched it. Like, I never saw 1 minute of Power Rangers. Obviously, I knew what they were. And then my son briefly went through a phase where he liked them and started watching a bunch of the old shows. And I'm like, how has this survived like 30 years of pop culture? Like, they're fucking horrible.
Awful.
They're really bad. Like, I know that's part of the gimmick is to be bad on purpose, but
I did like Voltron, which it was a ripoff of.
it was? They're not, aren't those? Isn't that the one where they're the robot cats that morph into a big robot cat?
Yeah, isn't that what happens in Power Rangers?
Yeah.
Oh. No, they turn into dinosaurs or something, right?
They all drive vehicles, and then the vehicles like merge together or whatever.
Oh.
Then Chad's so fucking nonchalant about something he clearly knows a lot about.
Yeah. I may or may not have used to crank it to Power Rangers.
Did you like her more in her human form or her vehicle form? Which one got you harder?
Well, she doesn't change into a vehicle. She just drives a vehicle. But
Red
anytime...
one turns into a truck, pink turns into a helicopter. Guys, it's pretty easy.
But it was like one of those things where it was like anytime they like were in costume or whatever, then because I think wasn't it like based on a Japanese show? So then I think that then it was like it would cut to the Japanese footage, and
right.
Yeah, and they would just dub over it or whatever.
Yeah, I
So
never
then I have to stop
like,
cranking it because it's not the same actress anymore.
I never got into like Transformers. I didn't know anything. Like when we watched
I love
the movies,
Transformers.
Yeah, I remember. Did you have some like you cried or something?
Yeah, I cried when Optimus Prime died in the Transformers movie. Yeah,
You said
In
that
the new movie?
Yeah, what?
Or the old cartoon
no,
movie?
the old cartoon. That cartoon was okay.
I cried in 2017.
That's upsetting that he would have cried within the last 5 years. Look at me, I'm a pussy. I cried in 2017.
No, if he's crying what I meant is he's crying as an adult at an Optimus Prime movie.
It'd be upsetting to cry at anything Michael Bay creates. I think that's sort of the point there. Like,
I'm pretty sure you cried at Paul Walker's reappearance in the film or something.
Yeah. At the end of Fast 7, not a Michael Bay production. All right, Michael Bay had nothing to do with Fast and Furious 7.
Paul Walker, the Optimus Prime of his generation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean it was very touching when that like muddy gray CGI robot was like goodbye Megan Fox and then closed his eyes.
He called her by her real name.
Yeah, it was not a good movie.
When Optimus Prime died, didn't they have to like bring in a different actor? I think like Johnny Five or something.
Yeah, it was the old maid from the Jetsons. It was like Sam Witwicky. She's like motoring around in her skirt.
When Optimus Prime walked around, it was the one actor, but then when he changed into the vehicles, they brought in Amy Jo Johnson. And then dubbed over.
You start cranking again.
That's why I started cranking. Yeah.
All right.
You just sitting at attention, waiting for scenes to change. Then I picture the scene changes, and it's like. Okay, Chad, you want to? You've had all four.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, tell us what you think of the as a whole, or maybe some individual?
Yeah.
things?
So I don't know why they even bother with these fucking things. Like, it's like, oh, like grape to watermelon. No, it's like one shitty sugar flavor changes to another shitty sugar flavor. You know what I mean? Like, I can barely tell the difference of any of these, except like the lemon one was like maybe a little more sour than the other ones, but it didn't really taste like lemon. I got no discernible fruit flavor from any of these. They're not fun to eat in any way because they're like hard to chew. I actually spit all 4 of them out.
Spitting candy all over your desk.
Yeah, there's no redeeming qualities to these whatsoever. Gonna give them a hate that.
Wow. I actually thought there was a quality difference between some of the flavors. Oddly, I liked the cherry mango the best, and I liked the grape watermelon the worst, which I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, that one was really bad.
But I don't think they're that bad, really. I actually would rather eat this than a Starburst. I don't really like Starburst that much.
Do you like it more if it morphed into like a truck form?
The pink Starburst morphed into Amy Jo Johnson. Is that the person's name?
Yeah. Now it's a candy. Later it's a truck. That's why they're called now and laters.
Look, I'm
now it's a candy. Later it's a turd. All right, go ahead.
Sooner it's a candy. Later it's still candy.
I'm totally prepared for the reaction this is going to get.
Oh God!
I'm going to give them a like that. They're better than Geiger's leaving.
Like that. On what grounds?
What did you think? I was going to morph from a piece of trash into a good human?
Did your tongue morph to an ashtray right before you tried these?
I think they're kind of tasty. So I'm surprised how much I like them because I don't like the original Now and Laters, but I'm going to give these kind of a low level like that. So, Geiger, what do you think?
If you like them, I got about 16 uneaten Now and Later morphs you can have. Here's the thing, guys. I'm going to say what needs to be said right here.
Please do.
These are shitty. These are real shitty.
That's what needed to be said.
Right. That's my nuanced critique of this candy. Now, look, the first one I ate was the green one. It's lime strawberry, and it was disgusting.
That's
it was like
best.
Yeah, it was like super sour and bitter tasting. And it was awful. So throw that one in the trash. Second one I ate, grape watermelon, not getting much better. That one's awful. And I don't even like the taste of watermelon, so fuck that thing. The third one I ate was the blue raspberry one, and that, like Chad said, you couldn't taste the lemon. It was like overly tart for no reason, and it didn't really even taste that good. And then I guess cherry mango is fine. It was the least offensive of them. That one was just a regular candy. Compounded by the fact that these are those Now and Later suck anyway. They're that kind of like, it's as close as you can get to eating gum. Like they're the most sticky, hard, like shitty, stuck in your teeth the rest of the night candy. These suck. Hate that. I don't like these at all.
Hell yeah.
Wow. It's not so much a consistency, honestly. And I would eat like a regular Now and Later. I'd probably just give an indifferent or just like that. But the fact that like 2 of these were just tasted nasty to me, I'm not picky. We've covered this, but I'm Mr. Extreme today. But these are not good.
All right, 2 hates alike, and it's segment time.
All right. So as Novak said at the beginning, it is Labor Day, everyone's favorite holiday for lots of reasons. Because summer is over. You have to go back. Kids have to go back to school. You can't wear white anymore. It's a super, super popular holiday for all these reasons.
Yep.
So I thought we would learn. Jesus, I am like Captain Voice Crack tonight. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
All this talk about your childhood crush and your voice starts going through.
Amy Jo Johnson.
Now I'm still a boy. Later, my balls will drop someday. So I thought we could learn a little bit more about this holiday. We'll have a little Labor Day quiz here for you guys. So I've got 9 multiple choice questions, and let's see which of you guys knows more about Labor Day.
Quick question. Do any of these
Yes.
have to do with me estimating a number? Because I'm real tired of those fucking questions.
Well, they're all multiple choice. So you can pick from various
say
numbers. That
So when you ask me how big the biggest like something is, and I say 2 pounds, you can just start laughing at me and get over it.
All right, so
A like 200-pound life-size Hershey Kiss.
the net sales of Butterball, and it's like 200 grand. They sold 7 turkeys.
but a lot of these questions do have numbers for the answers, so you will have to deal with numbers here a little bit. Okay, so we'll start off pretty easy here, as we usually do. First question: what year was the first Labor Day celebrated? So the very first Labor Day celebrated. Here are your choices: A, 1920, B, 1903, C, 1882, D, 1871. Novak, we'll start with you.
Well, in case anybody was listening to the intro,
Did you
this
say it in the
number is
intro?
in fact in it.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to say 1882. And I suggest you say the same, Geiger.
Okay, so in case anyone was listening to Novak answer the question, he just said that he said it earlier. So I'm going to say what he said. And what'd you say? 1882 is the answer? I wasn't actually there.
I decided to not listen again.
All right, well, you're both wrong. The answer is 1903. No, I'm just kidding. All right, great. I was listening to the intro. Well, moving right along. I don't think you covered this in the intro, but maybe I'm wrong. So here's question number 2. According to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, how many hot dogs are eaten every second from Memorial Day until Labor Day? So how many hot dogs eaten each second?
Each second?
Each second. So your choices are A, 25, B, 300, C, 654, D, 818. Geiger, what do you think?
I know it's spread across the entire population of the world. It's still just gross to think of it like a given second of 800 dogs just getting rammed down someone's gullet. It's just
Sure. Joey Chestnut can only do so much. So, you know.
Yeah. Is Joey Chestnut included in this calculation?
Yeah,
Probably.
Is Kobayashi doing it? What was the? I'm sorry. Can you do the numbers again real quick?
25, 300, 654, 818.
I'll go 654.
654. Novak, what do you think?
If I would have had to guess this number before you read them, I would have said higher than all of these, just because these stats are always disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'll take the highest one, 818.
818. All right, that is correct. It is 818. The total of 7 billion hot dogs eaten over that 3-ish month period or whatever.
Man.
How is how's that number calculated?
Well, someone goes around and counts how many pig asses there are on Memorial Day and then how many on Labor Day and subtracts.
Uh-huh.
How many pigs are walking around with no lips?
All right.
Chad does all the counting for Amy Jo Johnson. Just peers over a fence.
How many dogs you got? Eat it slower. Hey,
we got to get the numbers down.
You're morphing into a real sexy looking woman there. Can you also be like a motorcycle? Wait, okay, never mind. It's the Power Rangers. They don't turn into vehicles. We went over this. Sorry. Proceed.
All right, so question
They
3.
drive vehicles.
Question 3. Speaking of labor, labor is also known as the phases that a woman goes through when she gives birth.
Yep.
The second phase of labor is called active labor, and that's where the cervix dilates to 10 centimeters or whatever so that the woman can give birth. What is the average amount of time that a woman is in active labor? Remember, this is a Labor Day quiz. So your choices are A, 1 to 2 hours, B, 2 to 4 hours, C, 4 to 8 hours, D, 8 to 12 hours. Novak.
So What does remembering that it's a Labor Day quiz have anything to do with that?
Just remember,
it's about
why
Labor
you
Day.
put that question.
Yeah. I got.
I'm not a creep. This is about Labor Day. Okay. I don't know like when labor would transfer over to active labor. I know it's like, when you count hospital time for most people. Now, my children were born in C-section, so
Yeah, you're at a disadvantage here.
Right. Geiger has gone through this twice, so if he fucks this up, he's a bad.
Well, it's just my
husband.
wife. Like, she might just be really efficient. I don't know.
Right. I'm gonna say 4 to 8. That sounds right to me.
4 to 8. All right, Geiger, what do you think?
What were the two middle ones?
2 to 4, and then 4 to 8.
Yeah, actually, I don't mean to copycat, but 4 to 8 sounds about good as an average.
4 to 8 is correct. Yes, that is the correct answer there. Yeah. All right. So because this is a Labor Day quiz, I'm actually going to return now to the topic of Labor Day. In 2013, there was a movie released called Labor Day. What was
why are you asking this question about this movie? I don't get the connection.
What was the box office of the 2013 movie Labor Day? Here are your choices. A, 20.2 million. B, 34.8 million. C, 49.1 million. D, 63.3 million. Have either of you seen or heard of this movie?
Who's in this movie?
I was just about to ask what it's about. What is it?
Well, I'm not going to tell you who's in it because that may or may not be a follow-up question. But I will read you the plot synopsis. It's directed by Jason Reitman, who's like a famous director.
Oh, is this one of those that's like there's Mother's Day, Valentine's Day? There's a lot of these like rom-coms.
Actually, no, it is not. Okay. It is not part of that series.
It's not rom-com.
It is a drama film.
What?
Yeah, it's like some weird thing where like, let's see. Do I have a plot synopsis? Depressed single mom Adele and her son Henry offer a ... I don't know, it's loading. Okay. Depressed single mom Adele and her son Henry offer a wounded, fearsome man a ride. As police search town for the escaped convict, the mother and son gradually learn his true story as their options become increasingly limited.
Sounds gruesome.
Yeah.
I don't think that title would draw people in, like the type of people who would want to watch that movie.
Mm-hmm. Wait, who's up first? Geiger's up first here to answer this one.
Yeah. I'm going to...
20.2, 34.8, 49.1, 63.3.
This doesn't sound like it would be... I'm going to go low. I'm going to go 20. This sounds like it barely... I consider myself someone who knows something about movies, and I've never even fucking heard of this thing.
That does sound... The low number sounds correct. I'll go the one right above that, 34.
34.9. All right, it is 20.2. So Geiger gets that one. Yeah, it was not a suit, and it had a budget like 18 million, so barely made any money. It has a lot of big names in it. Like for example, Josh Brolin is in it. And that leads us to our next question here. Which of the following actors is not in the movie Labor Day? So I'm going to give you 4 actors. One of them is not in this movie. You tell me who. A, Kate Winslet. B, J.K. Simmons. C, James Van Der Beek. D, Topher Grace. Novak, what do you think?
Who is not in it?
Mm-hmm.
James Brolin is in it.
Josh Brolin is in it, yeah. I think he plays the like convict or whatever.
Right. The synopsis is that a purple alien gets a hold of a bejeweled glove and kills all the superheroes on Labor Day.
Yep.
And hides out from the cops in this woman's car.
I feel like Kate Winslet is like my first thought because she's too good to be in it, but I don't know why I feel like she is. So J.K. Simmons, and who are the other two?
James Van Der Beek and Topher Grace.
James Van Der Beek.
Dawson's Creek.
You
Topher
might be
Grace.
like chubby checkering us with this James Van Der Beek answer. So I'm just going to take a stab and say James Van Der Beek.
James Van Der Beek, who my freshman year college roommate used to insist that I looked just like James Van Der Beek. And for the listeners, I look fucking nothing like James Van Der Beek. So what the fuck he was talking about?
James Van Der Beek just threw up somewhere. He has no idea why.
Geiger, what do you think?
So I also think Kate Winslet probably has to be in it because you said the plot was like a single mom right? And her
She's
kid.
always a mom. Yeah, she's like
Well, she's
central.
the only female you mentioned.
Oh,
so I'd
okay.
imagine the most famous female you mentioned is probably the top billed female in the movie, and sounds like a central role. Unless J.K. Simmons, maybe he did drag or something. I don't want to judge.
He plays the mom.
I am a single mother. I don't know why he would say that.
It is a Labor Day quiz.
It is a Labor Day quiz, so that really informs my answer. So you went with Dawson.
Yeah.
Topher Grace is the guy from That 70s Show, right?
You go with Paley. Is that someone from Dawson's Creek?
Nope.
What?
Maybe, I don't know.
Pacey. Maybe?
Pacey. Oh, is that the Mighty Duck? The guy from Mighty Ducks is one of the characters in that show.
Maybe, I don't know. I never
the
watched
guy
that show.
Charlie Spazway is like on that show. I think he's one of the characters. And Katie Holmes is on it. We don't have to talk about Dawson's Creek anymore. I know nothing about it. I will fuck it. I'll say J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. Okay. Neither of you get that. The correct answer is Topher Grace. Topher Grace was not in that movie, but you did correctly suss out Kate Winslet as the star. Her and Josh Brolin, the top two.
Did she go into labor? Is that why they called it Labor Day?
I think so.
Dawson's Creek, I remember also like each of the characters had different vehicles.
Yeah.
That they got into.
Yeah. I remember Dawson's Creek had a tandem bicycle. He would just slowly ride around.
His name wasn't Dawson's Creek.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Dawson Creek.
Okay, would you put it above the writers of those shitty shows? Name some guy Dawson Creek. That sounds exactly. One of my favorite Dawson Creek stories is that Dawson Creek was the starring in that Varsity Blues movie, that football movie or whatever from MTV. And I guess when they filmed the football scenes, they populated the rest of the team, other than a few speaking roles for actors, with actual like all-star Florida high school football players. And so they're all lined up, and he was all nervous about looking like a dipshit because he, can't fucking throw a football. So he gets under center. And they're all ready to go.
Millionaire actor. This is a bunch of fucking high school football players.
Yeah, I know. So he gets under center, and he's about ready to. They're about ready to like hike the ball for the first like play of the filming. And one of the linebackers on the other team just starts going, "I don't want to wait," and like singing the Dawson Creek song. And he like couldn't. He like no one could get the play off because they all just kept cracking up. He felt like such a dipshit. So yeah, eat it, Dawson.
Great.
That was a good story.
All right. So Labor Day is to celebrate, the working man or woman, right? Like the working class folk, organized by unions, all that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing that the working class folk hate more than a boss. Am I right?
Oh, fuck bosses.
Yeah.
Bosses are the worst.
So the TV show Undercover Boss has been on for 11 seasons. How many episodes of the show Undercover Boss have there been? A, 136, B, 121, C, 224, D, 185. Geiger, what do you think? You ever seen Undercover Boss?
Yes.
I've seen clips. I've never seen a whole episode of Undercover Boss. I saw probably the longest
same.
I've ever seen is the Key and Peele parody of it. That's
right.
Probably the most closest I've gotten. Okay. 11 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And you figure it's like, what, 20 episodes a season?
Math.
What do you think? Yeah, see, I hate this shit. So what's the third option?
224.
Sure.
All right.
That's it.
What do you think?
Okay, since I did listen, the fourth option was actually lower than the third option. I did not put them in numerical order.
And the second option was lower than the first option.
Yeah, so I am going to take the last option, which is 180 some.
Okay. Well, it was A, 136, so you're both right.
Look at that hoity-toity listener over there.
Thanks for listening. I appreciate that you were listening. Okay, so speaking of work, there have been many songs with the word work in the title over the years. So I'm going to give you 4 songs that have the word work in the title. You have to tell me which of these 4 songs has the most views on YouTube for the official video. Okay. Here are your choices. A, Work by Rihanna featuring Drake.
How's that go?
Work, 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 work. Like that one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The one where they shout work over and over again. Let's call it Work.
B, Work Bitch by Britney Spears.
Is that the sequel to Work?
C, Work It by Missy Elliott. Or D, Work by Iggy Azalea.
These just covers of the same song.
Novak, what do you think?
Work. Oh jeez. Rihanna. I'm gonna say the Missy Elliott one.
Missy Elliott one. All right. Kiger, what do you think?
What about Working 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton? Is that one on there?
It's not on the four choices that I just read. No.
If that Packers touchdown song was in there,
I was just saying,
Geiger would have populated that up to the top.
When you said that, that's the first thing I thought of. I don't want to work. I think that's Todd Rundgren. I just want to bang on your drum all day. Fuck. So I was gonna say Missy Elliott because that's clearly the best song of those. I think I have never heard Iggy Azalea's work.
I had never heard the Iggy Azalea, so that's the only one of these I wasn't familiar with, and I listened to it, and I had to turn it off after about 15 seconds, because that song fucking sucks.
Yeah. I like the Missy
so
Elliott
annoying.
a lot, and she's cool. I've heard the work. I don't know the Work Bitch song, but...
That's the one where she's like, you want a Maserati? You want to live in France? You better work, bitch. Like that. That's how the lyrics go.
Oh, it's highly inspirational. I get it. Because that's all that's separating people from a Maserati is just go and do your job. I will guess, but I'm guessing, like, as much as I like Missy Elliott, like, she's not she didn't come up in the age of the internet, right? So, like, all these idiots out there now are probably watching someone like Iggy Azalea. So I will say, either Rihanna or Britney Spears. I will say... I'll say Rihanna.
All right, you get the point there for Rihanna. It is Rihanna, and guys, it's not even fucking close. Let me tell you these numbers here. So, in fourth place is Work It by Missy Elliott with only 129 million views. Then Work by Iggy Azalea, 366 million. Work Bitch has 377 million. Work by Rihanna featuring Drake has 1.3 billion views.
Wow.
Insane. That song sucks. Anyway.
What am I? Am I down one in the last question?
Yes, it is 4-3. There's 2 questions left here.
Okay.
Two questions left. All right. Number 8. Which of the following is not an Urban Dictionary definition for the term Labor Day? Okay. So I'm going to read you 4 definitions, which is not an Urban Dictionary definition. Here we go. A holiday created for the working class, mostly blue collar, to have one last vacation opportunity with their families and friends.
Oh, they got us.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
B, the holiday at the beginning of when school starts that nobody really knows what it means. C, every day that I have to drag my lazy ass out of bed and go to my shitty job. D, when you have sex with a pregnant woman and it sends her into labor. Kiger, I think
Labor
you're up for this
Day.
It's the day she started labor, I guess.
I like the second definition where they define it by not actually defining it. I will say the one where it's like the shitty ass. Every day I have to go to my shitty ass job. C, I think that was right.
Okay,
that's exactly. I was gonna say that too, so I'll go with that.
All right, it is actually when you have sex with a pregnant woman and it sends her into labor. I made that one up.
Oh, you swerved us.
I was just cracking up that the top definition is like an actual real definition of like holiday created for the working class, blue collar, blah, blah, blah.
Urban Dictionary has lost its step. Yeah,
there's a lot of we don't need a real dictionary. No one's looking up real dictionary online.
How is there no Labor Day definition of like, when you smear poop all over the walls or something? Like, that's what I was sort of expecting.
You were?
Yeah, all right, so Novak, you got to get this one to tie. Here we go.
All right.
Which of the following is the coolest word that rhymes with labor? Okay, I'm going to read you 4 words, and I'll read you
just your opinion.
Yep. I'm going to read you 4 words and 4 definitions. Which one's the coolest? Here we go. A, saber, a sword with a curved blade. B, neighbor, a person living near or next door to the speaker or person referred to. C, caber, A roughly trimmed tree trunk used in the Scottish Highland sport of tossing the caber. Or D, tabor, a small drum, especially one used simultaneously by the player of a simple pipe. So Novak, do you actually want to go? Do you want to go first or second since you're behind?
Yeah, I better go second.
All right, Geiger, what do you think?
So which one do you think is the coolest?
No, it's not which one I think is the coolest. It's which one is the coolest.
Oh, right, by consensus.
Yeah. And then I'll tell you if you're right or not.
I guess.
Remember, this is a Labor Day quiz.
Swords are cool, but I think the Scottish log thing to me is like the kind of the coolest of those four. So that's
a word you had never heard of before 10 seconds ago.
I knew what a caber was.
You did?
Yeah,
he knows.
I'm
words.
A worldly man. I know a lot. Yeah. Like the one thing I know is words.
You can't add 2 and 2, but he knows a lot of words.
Don't ask me to count the cabers in the yard. I couldn't do that. But...
Did you know tabor?
No, I did not know that one.
Okay. Did you know neighbor?
I have some neighbors. Yeah, I have some nosy neighbors, and I know what a saber is. It's what I used to fend off Optimus Prime.
All right, Novak, what do you think?
Okay. The coolest of these words is definitely saber. It's a cool sword. Chad is a nerd. He will agree.
I almost went with saber, but I'm more of a katana man myself if I'm going to pick a sword. So Geiger's right. It is a caber is the coolest of these words.
Oh yeah, what a cool word!
Clearly,
a word I had never heard of until I Googled labor rhyme zone. Then I learned about the word caber, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. All right, great.
All right. Let's morph back into critics, and it's time to eat Kate's real food: peanut butter milk chocolate. So.
I'm fucking nervous about this one.
Real food, real energy. So it looks like it is not quite like your other health bars. It's supposed to be just a few natural ingredients here without trying to add in this protein powder and things like that. So hopefully it will still be tasty, but it is a very plain looking packaging, almost like when we had some of those like sustenance drinks and stuff. Like it's just very straightforward. Why are you so nervous about eating some fucking... This is all real food. It's not processed. Motherfucker.
We might need to put a moratorium on health bars. I'm definitely getting burned out on them.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm smelling it, and I can anticipate the taste already. I feel like we've eaten this same thing like 8 times.
Are there raisins or something in this thing?
Yeah, are the bigger chunks raisins? At first I thought they were chocolate.
It's raisins.
Yeah, so did I. And then I got like this chewy consistency. I'm like, that's a raisin. You guys tasting any peanut butter?
A little bit.
Well, there's like nuts in there, but I don't know why it's peanut butter.
All right. So I do think this thing is much better than like any of the protein bars that we have. It's not like adding supposed health ingredients. It just has the food. It does taste pretty clean and unprocessed for the most part. I do think it could use a stronger peanut butter flavor. And if it had more of a peanut butter flavor, I think that could be a real home run. As it is, it's just decent. But I do like it. I could see myself eating this for like a quick breakfast. If I forgot to eat breakfast, take it and eat it on the go, and would feel pretty good about this being the healthiest thing that I've had in a year. So I am going to give this a Like Dat, and it's going to be in contention, but it's got a long way to go because the Love Corn had such a good score.
That's 3 likes for you this episode, Novak.
3 likes.
Which one's the best?
Don't
say the fucking now and later.
Let me think about that. It's not the now and later.
Okay.
We're morphing into a different podcast, so you say now and later worse. I guess I stand by a little bit what I said before. I feel like we've eaten this same bar 8 times on this podcast. Like it's just like a bunch of compressed seeds with like a sticky glaze. Or maybe that's just me adding the sticky glaze every time I get so excited. But yeah,
you're giving it covering it with the old Dawson's Creek. That's what that's known as.
I don't want to wait. Raisins. I mean, it's just the same shit over and over and over.
Going to Amy Jo your Johnson there.
My Pink Rangers just went 6 to midnight down there. uh, get back on track. Get back on track. So yeah, it's fine. I guess I'm a little like, I am with Novak. If there was more of a pronounced peanut butter taste, it might be better. As it is, I have a hard time picking this out from This Bar Saves Lives and like all this other like kind of oat, nut, quinoa, cardboardy type of health bars. It's not bad. He's not wrong about that, but it's not great either. I would just put it at an indifferent to that and call it a day.
Okay, we've got a like and an indifferent. It cannot win. The Love Corn is going to win, but can still get a respectable score. Chad, what do you think?
Well, I was nervous going into this. I definitely looked at this and thought that this was going to be just like yet another dry, like just complete dog shit kind of bar like we've had for any time we do these quote unquote health bars. But actually, this I don't think this is in the same category as any of those protein bars or any of those other kinds of things. This reminds me more of like almost like a Quaker Oats granola bar.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It tastes like a Quaker Oats granola bar with like higher quality ingredients, honestly, and probably a little less sugar. I think I'm right in line with Novak. I wish there was more pronounced peanut butter flavor. I barely taste any peanut butter. The raisins were a pleasant surprise. The chocolate is nice. It's not like it's not too dark. I kind of expected in a bar like this to maybe have some more like kind of bitter dark chocolate, but it's not that bad. I actually think this is pretty good. Like, I don't think I'd run out to buy it or anything like that. But if it, just handed it to me at a party, I would. I'd probably eat it.
What party are you at? Leave that party.
It's a real food party. Only real food allowed. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's a like that. Kind of low level like that, but it's there. It's good enough for me.
Okay, still a pretty good score. A couple of likes and a different. Commendable, but the Love Corn, surprisingly, takes the day. I would not have picked that coming in, so we do recommend the Love Corn. And if you've tried a couple of those other flavors, we would definitely like to hear about it. Geiger, what else would we like to hear about?
Well, if you watch the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, if you're a big fan of
hell yeah,
Amy Jo Johnson in particular, or any of the other Rangers, Green Ranger, Blue Ranger.
Yes, I seem to remember like Red Ranger or Green. One of the guys was also quite a stud. Let's put it that way. I don't remember which one.
Okay. A buffet for the eyes. Watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from 20 years ago.
It was very formative on a 13-year-old Chad. Let's put it that way.
I did see the new movie. My son wanted to watch it. Bryan Cranston was a floating head. That's the only actor I can recall that like talks to the Rangers and tells them about their powers or something.
Yeah,
And Daniel Day-Lewis was the villain, so that helped. Method Man. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, Method Actor, not Method. Method Man was also in. Daniel Day-Lewis, Method Man,
Method Man was the Red Ranger. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just high the whole time.
Daniel Day-Lewis as Dawson Creek.
Well, I'm pretty sure the Red Ranger was Red Man, and then Method Man was, I don't know, Yellow Ranger.
I don't want to wait for this milkshake to be drank. I drank your milkshake. That's him on Dawson's Creek.
Wait, hold on. What are we doing now? That's Daniel Day-Lewis on Dawson's Creek?
Uh-huh. That's right.
I don't want to wait to be the last of the Mohicans. All right.
I have a competition in me. I don't want to wait for life to be over.
I'm going to ask Joey to the prom. Whatever the fuck they did on that show. All right.
Yeah, that's what they did.
It's an aging Daniel Day-Lewis.
What the fuck did my agent sign me up for? I'm a high school senior. Is he British?
Yeah.
No, he's British?
Daniel Day-Lewis? He was in our UK quiz.
What? I don't remember that.
That was was 3 weeks ago.
I don't remember it at all. All right. Well, anyway, if you like all that stuff, you can reach us at youtrydat@gmail.com. You can go watch our episode from 3 weeks ago on YouTube, or listen to it rather. You can hear it on Instagram, or not really, just follow us there. You can follow us on Twitter, hashtag You Tried Dat. We're on Facebook with the You Tried Dat group. Suggest snacks, give us your thoughts on our ratings. And as always, thanks for listening.
So Novak, which one you like better then? Of these, of the corn and the real food?
I'm honestly, I'm more likely to buy and eat the chocolate bar just because it seems like something I don't like to eat breakfast, but I just want a snack or something.
The chocolate
But
bar?
It's
a misleading thing to call this thing.
Yeah.
But I might be more likely to finish to love corn. Like if I had to go eat one more now, I'd probably say love corn, even though I'm less likely to buy it.
Yeah, I think the
finished
love
both
corn
of
is
them.
better.
I finished both of them, and I'm pretty full. That bar was hard to finish.
Finish both of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a big guy.
Okay, so the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The Red Ranger is the leader, and it says he wields the Power Sword.
Yeah.
And he pilots the Tyrannosaurus Dinozord.
Right.
Well, yeah.
So his vehicle is a dinosaur.
It's a
That's
T-Rex.
what I thought.
Yeah.
I said dinosaurs. You said vehicles.
No, but
same
they're not
thing?
all dinosaurs. Like I think one of them's like a leopard or some shit.
All right.
Right.
The Black Ranger is second in command. He wields the Power Axe, and he pilots the Mastodon Dinozord
Ooh.
Oh, I guess
and the Lion Thunderzord.
he's got
All
two.
right.
Get two responsibilities.
One in each arm.
The Blue Ranger has
Double
the
wielding
Power
them
Lance.
swords.
The Blue Ranger has the Triceratops Dinozord, the Unicorn Thunderzord, the Wolf Ninjazord, and the Blue Shogun Zord.
That's a lot to fucking keep track of.
Yeah, all at once. He's like a fucking one-man band, like trying to drive four
Fucking-
things at once.
A four-zord man over there.
Oh shit, there's too many Rangers. I'm not reading through.
Well,
all these.
just read pink and yellow were the other two from the original series.
Yeah, read
Okay.
Pink. Chad really wants to remember Pink.
Pink.
Now do
Where
Stink.
is she? Here she is, Kimberly Hart.
What about the Stink Ranger?
She had two Zords, right?
Pink wields the power bow, has the pterodactyl Dinozord, the Firebird Thunderzord, and the Crane Ninjazord.
So she's a
All
flyer.
right. Yeah. And Pink is yellow. Pink again. Let's read Pink again.
Pink too.
Has the Griffin Thunderzord and the Bear Ninjazord. Well, there you
Lame. No, I'm just kidding.
go. What are those? Is it fucking even English I was just reading? I know.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty weird.
So, which Ranger you guys want to be?
I didn't
Not
go through
fucking
all.
pink, so you can fucking jerk it to me all day.
I'm jerking it to you, whichever color you pick, dude. So, just deal with that.
I used to crank it to Novak when he was like morph into a griffin or whatever the fuck he was.
I don't know what to base it on here. Which one I'm picking?
Which is the coolest Mega Thunder Zord? Come on now.
I don't know. Fucking green.
Well, it's also the weapon you want to use, right? Because like one
Yeah.
guy's an axe, another
These
guy
words
has-
don't mean anything
a
to me.
slingshot.
Power axe and thunder sword and stuff.
You know what an axe is? You would assume a power axe is a pretty great axe.
Okay, Geiger,
Chad
which fucking
Craig-
weapon do you want to wield?
I'm gonna crank into that Vish axe. I will probably. I'll take the Black Ranger. You get to be a Mastodon and wield a fucking axe. That was simple. I kept it simple. Plus, I get a bonus sword.
Novak, kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Kiz, keep it simple, Zord. Just take the simplest Zord you have.
And I would take the pink one because she has the flying ability. That sounds super fun. And plus, I want to
Yep.
crank it to myself. I know all my favorite places.
All right.
You're gonna have a restraining order out of shit from the Pink Power Ranger, wherever she is. She's got to be like 50 now.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, find her up. Let's see if she's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Are they still making a Power Rangers show? Or anything? Like
Amy Jo Johnson was born in 1970.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, she's in her 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's within my range.
Right in my wheelhouse. All right, that'll do for this time. We'll be back next time. We're trying out 3 brand new sites.
Deuces.
Yep.